and welcome back to Baseball Talk with Nick and Liana. I'm Liana.
And I'm Nick. In this video, we'll be talking about the Manager of the Year and the Rookie of the Year winners for the 2022 season.
So first up, we have Manager of the Year for the American League.
Our three finalists were Terry Francona of the Cleveland Guardians, Scott Servais of the Seattle Mariners, and Brandon Hyde of the Baltimore Orioles. Terry Francona led the Guardians to a 92-70 win-loss record in which they finished first in the division with a .568 win percentage. Scott Servais and the Seattle Mariners went on a magical run in 2022, finishing 90-72 on the year. And then Brandon Hyde led the Orioles to an unimaginable middle of the season when the Orioles ended up going 83-79 through 162 games with a .512 win percentage and finishing fourth in a very competitive American League East ahead of the Boston Red Sox. And the winner of the 2022 Major League Baseball American League Manager of the Year is
Terry Francona. Now, if we look back at Terry Francona's managerial resume, this is his third time winning Manager of the Year with Cleveland. The other two occurrences were in 2013 and 2016.
As they won the American League Central, the Guardians made it into the postseason this season, and they beat the Tampa Bay Rays in the initial wild card series. They would then take on the New York Yankees.
Now, the Guardians were seen as the underdogs in this series, but they did not make it easy for the Yankees.
No. The Guardians relied heavily on strong defense and aggressive base running. They also ended up winning games 2 and 3 with some good contact by key guys all throughout their order.
Now, the Guardians did go ahead 2-1 in the series, but unfortunately fell short in Game 5 of the division series. Now, this was a very unique season for Terry Francona as they relied heavily on young talent. They introduced 17 rookies in the 2022 season.
Following the end of the 2022 season, Terry Francona now sits at 1,874 career regular season wins and 2 World Series titles as a manager.
And he is set to return in the 2023 season.
Now on to the National League. All 3 Manager of the Year finalists had their teams finish with over 100 wins on the season. Dave Roberts of the Los Angeles Dodgers went 111-51 with his club. That's a .685 win percentage and took home the NL West this year. Brian Snitker of the Atlanta Braves went 101-61, as did Buck Showalter. This was a competition between 2 NL East managers, with the Braves winning the division and the Mets right there behind them in second. The winner of the National League Manager of the Year is
Buck Showalter. Now, this is Buck Showalter's 4th-time winning Manager of the Year. He did so in 1994 with the Yankees, 2004 with the Rangers, and 2014 with the Baltimore Orioles. He joins Bobby Cox and Tony La Russa in winning this award 4 times in their managerial career. This is the most amount of wins that Buck Showalter has had over 21 seasons and led the Mets to their first postseason appearance since 2016. Another cool fact is that he is the first Mets manager to win this award.
On to the American League Rookie of the Year. Your 3 finalists were outfielder Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners, catcher Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles, and then Stephen Kwan for the Cleveland Guardians. The winner of this award was
Julio Rodriguez.
And Julio Rodriguez claimed 29 out of the 30 first place votes by MLB executives. The other first place vote went to Adley Rutschman of the Orioles, who finished second. Stephen Kwan finished third. Over the course of the season, Julio Rodriguez tallied 145 hits in 511 at-bats, good for a .284 batting average. He also had a 6.2 WAR with the Mariners and had 28 home runs, 25 stolen bases, and 75 runs batted in. Rodriguez had a .345 on base come the end of the season with a .509 slugging and an .853 OPS. That's good for an OPS plus of 147.
Julio Rodriguez is the 8th center fielder to win this award. He had a bit of a shaky start in the first month, only batting .206 with an on-base percentage of .284. He is the first player with at least 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases in a debut season through 125 games. The only other 2 players to accomplish this was Mike Trout and Chris Young.
Now, the Seattle Mariners locked up Julio Rodriguez with a contract extension. So not only did he win the AL Rookie of the Year in his inaugural season, but he also got a massive payday. And now the Mariners are in luck as they might have one of the best players in the game for the next decade or so locked up and ready to hopefully take them to a title soon. As for the National League, your 3 finalists were Michael Harris II and Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves, as well as utility man Brendan Donovan for the St. Louis Cardinals. Michael Harris and Spencer Strider were just the 8th set of teammates that finished first and second in the voting for this award, and the first set of Braves players to do so since 2011 when it was Craig Kimbrell and Freddie Freeman. Harris posted a .297 batting average with a 5.3 WAR over the course of the 2022 season, with 19 home runs, 20 stolen bases, and 64 runs batted in. His final slash line was a .339 on base percentage, .514 slugging, and an .853 OPS, which put him at a .135 OPS plus throughout the year.
Michael Harris was a third-round draft pick in 2019 by the Atlanta Braves. There was not a lot of buzz about him until he was brought up to the majors after batting .305 with an OPS of .878 in the minors. Harris had just 2 errors in the regular season and 0 in the post. Harris's defense was a major part in his game along with his bat. The Braves were 79-35 in the games that he started and 22-26 in the games that he did not start.
And this is crucial, as Liana said, the Braves were a lot better of a team when Harris was in the lineup and out in the field starting baseball games. If you take a look at Ronald Acuna Jr., who was their big star, their impact player, the face of their franchise, he missed a lot of the 2022 season. So without Michael Harris II stepping up, who knows how the season could have gone for the Braves and if they would have ended up in the spot where they finished at the end of the regular season. And of course, making their postseason run. Harris also won the NL Rookie of the Month award 3 times over the course of the regular season in June, August, and September. Much like Julio Rodriguez, he signed an extension with his club. This was 8 years, $72 million. And the Atlanta Braves have locked up a lot of young talent early. Harris also has a club option for the 2031 and 2032 seasons, so it'll be fun to see him play down in Georgia at home throughout the next couple of years.
In the next video, we'll be talking about the MVP and Cy Young Awards.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye!